This is Star Wars The Vintage Collection Sandtrooper. The figure is part of Wave 2 of the Vintage line. And it is a, let me just back it up. It is an Episode 4 figure. Here is the packaging and the original Kenner card. Since the movie did not have the title of the episode, which is A New Hope, they've actually included the original, even the artwork of the Luke and Leia characters of the movie. I'm not exactly sure if it was present, if this particular mural was present in the original Star Wars figures. I don't remember. I think they were not. In the second release they were. But at any rate, it's a nice reprinting of the package of the card. Here's the rest of the assortment. And here is the original Sandtrooper figure, the very first Sandtrooper figure that was released under Kenner. It was the Star Wars The Power of the Force Tatooine Stormtrooper with concussion grenade cannon, whatever that means. Okay, I'm going to keep that in the background. Okay, here is the figure itself. Very nice figure. Wasn't really a big fan of the old released Sandtrooper figures, mainly because of a lack of articulation. But what really got me interested into this figure was, well, it was my fault really. I skipped on this figure the first time it was released, but I went back to it and got it because I wasn't paying attention to the forum and message boards on Star Wars, and apparently they've modified the hip. The articulation of the figure is the same like a basic Star Wars figure. Shoulder, elbows, wrist, ball jointed head, torso, knees, and ankle. But what they changed with this figure is really the hip joint. If you notice, which really got me excited, is the presence of the ball hinge hip instead of just a swivel hip. So now you can actually move the leg sideways, which is very nice. Big plus for me. The only drawback, if ever at all, is that the joint is actually pinned at this angle, at a very acute upward angle. So to make him sit down, you'd have to sort of bend the thigh outward and sort of like a position him this way and that. It's not a clear-cut forward and backward motion. You'd have to sort of manipulate the leg to make him move sideward or forward. But at any rate, I'm not complaining that much. It's really a wonderful figure. Also, you will notice on this figure is that the arm, the fists, they're very good pistol grips. They really snugly grip the handles of the gun, and in fact the trigger finger, the index finger, actually fits into where the trigger should be on both guns. So very nice touch on Hasbro. It's just that you cannot make them shoot the gun straight because the fist is sort of leaning at an angle downwards, and on both fists. So if you make his arms go straight, he'd be pointing his guns down. But that's okay. I would presume that you'd be posing him with the guns downwards, like so. So, I mean, not really at a pointing fashion. So there, a very nice figure. I've no original Sandtrooper to compare him to, primarily because I didn't really like the old figure. I do have a Legacy Collection Clone Trooper, or Saga Legends Clone Trooper, just so you get an idea of the old mold versus the new mold of Star Wars figures, at least for the vintage line. So nice. Okay, last thing I'm going to say about this figure as well, apart from the accessories, this gun comes with a strap. You can strap it on his shoulder if you want to. The backpack pegs on a different kind of peg. Not used to this kind of peg. I'm so used to the G.I. Joe pegs that really are just a peg in a hole. But this one is like a flat hole with a flat peg. So it's nice because the thing doesn't rock too much side to side. And I think it's the original backpack, if I'm not mistaken. And if you remove the backpack, you remove the head, get rid of the shoulder pad, whatever, put back the head on, you actually have a plain vanilla Stormtrooper. So which is cool. If you get several of these figures, you can actually troop build or army build. Some would be Sandtroopers, some would be regular plain vanilla Stormtroopers. So very nice. Good job on Hasbro's part to really redefine and re-engineer this particular figure. I'm just really stoked, and I'm really happy that Hasbro has took to the fans' advice and really listened to clamor of fans to improve articulation. And if you also notice, the ankle is still on a ball hinge joint. They didn't scrimp on any of the articulation on this figure, so very nice. Pleasantly surprised. I'm just kicking myself right now for not realizing that sooner. I could have chosen over a bunch of other figures on the shelf, but instead I had to contend with the last piece on the shelf because apparently I did not know why people were so gaga about this figure, and it's really the added articulation, better looking figure, better looking accessories. So there you have it, the Star Wars Vintage Collection Episode 4 Sandtrooper. Thanks for watching.